to their hurt. All right? It says, but those riches perish by evil travail. And he begatteth a son, and there is nothing in his hand. Meaning this, there are folk that have gotten rich, but instead of being a blessing to them, it causes their life to be miserable. And not only that, when they leave here, their children have nothing. Now listen to me. Their children have nothing. They have nothing. There's no inheritance for them. They broke. And their children are left here broke. Because of, and you're going to see why tonight, because of. So every rich person does not benefit from their riches. That's what the word says. And it happens every day. It says this. Let's continue on. Let's read verse 14 again. But those riches perish by evil travail, meaning things, they have money, but things happen in their life to still take it away. To take it away until they die penniless. I mean, die having, people having nothing. There have been singers that were rich and died with nothing. There have been famous people on earth that was rich and died penniless. I mean, homeless, having nothing. Had children, and there was no inheritance for their children. All right? It says, as he came forth of his mother's womb, we lied, right? Okay. As he came forth of his mother's womb, naked shall he return to go as he came. Meaning, when he went back to the earth, just like he came, with nothing. With nothing. Billionaires, millionaires, and died with nothing. Left nothing, had nothing. All right? It says, he returned to go as he came, and shall take nothing of his labor, which he may carry away in his hand. Meaning, no matter how rich you are, you can't take nothing with you anyway. All right? You're going to leave here when you die. You're going to go back the way you came, with nothing. With not one penny. But you're going to have to face God. You're going to have to face Christ. You're going to have to pay for the way you lived on this earth, all right? But right now we're talking about just rich folk, all right? It says, verse 16, and this also is so evil. I mean, it's a very evil thing that happened to them. I mean, you had money and still died with nothing. Your children have nothing because of the way what you did. It says that in all points as he came, so shall he go. And what profit has he that has labored for the wind? It's saying what all his doing on earth, what did it profit? Like Jesus said, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose soul? So this person spent all their time getting rich, chasing after money, like chasing after the wind, and died penniless, died with nothing. All right? That's what it said. It says, what profit has he that has labored for the wind? All his days also he eateth in darkness, and he has much sorrow and wrath with his sickness. And here what it's saying is this. This person, because of the way he got it, he was rich. But his days were miserable. But they had money. But they had no peace. They had no joy. But they were billionaires, millionaires, but had nothing. No peace, no joy. They couldn't live because of what happened or the way they obtained it, all right? And then it says, all his days also he eateth in darkness, and he has much sorrow and wrath with his sick. Mean they died sick. A sickness killed. Cancer, some other disease. They were rich, but the money they had couldn't save them. They died sick. Sickness actually took the end of their lives. So out of all the money they had, not $1 bill helped them in their lives, to prolong their lives, or even help them to enjoy their lives. And folks, I can think of people died like that rich. They were rich, but they died of sickness and disease. When you think about Howard Hughes, he died basically a crazy man. You think about some of these other folk that were rich at one time and just died. You think about David Ruffin, used to play with, sing with Temptation. He died overdose. Money didn't do him no good. People, they had money, but the money they had didn't profit them. They died. And folk think they got a bunch of money. They live in mansions. They got guarded gates and everything, and limousines and all kind of stuff. They go to elaborate parties and stuff like that. You're thinking they lived a good life. But according to this word, they're not. And then they die miserable death. All that money, and they can't, not $1 can heal them. And the Bible talks about people like that. It talks about people like that. Now, when you think about it, you wonder why people do that. All right. There are people that, get rich, and God didn't give it to them. There are people that get wealth, and God had nothing to do with they getting their wealth. They got it through oppression. They got it through ill-begotten means, robbery. They got it, some mean like that. They got it through putting you down, robbing from you, stealing from other folk, and they thought stealing from other folk was going to make their lives better. They didn't care about being fair with you. Only thing they cared about was getting rich. That's all they cared about. So what they did, they oppressed people. And because of that, they end up dying violent death. Now, I want you to listen to this before we go on now. Still in Ecclesiastes. Verse 18. Behold, that which I have seen, it is good and comely for one to eat and to drink, and to enjoy the good of all his labor that he had taken under the sun, all the days of his life, which God giveth him, for it is his portion. Now, what I want you to make a notice of verse 18, which God gaveth him. Now, we're talking about a different person that went out and worked for what they got. And they did it the right way, and God gave them the opportunity to make money, to get rich. They didn't oppress nobody. They treated everybody fair. They wasn't forward. They wasn't deceitful. They just worked, and they did it right. And God gave them the opportunity to get rich. So all these rich folk here that we see in America and all over the world, it don't mean God gave them those riches. Many of them got it through thievery, through robbery, through oppressing people, through ill-begotten gains. They got it, but it didn't do any good to them because they lost their health. miserable all their life. There's two types of rich folk. And we looking at them here. It says, verse 18 says, behold that which I have seen. It is good and comely for one to eat and drink. God wants us to have a good time. In other words, God's method is this. We do this. God's method is we do this. You work, make a decent living, and enjoy what you make. Live off what you making. The Bible talks about working honestly, getting things, not robbing people, not lying to people, not trying to get over on people. And every one of you that get on people, it's coming back to you. Before you leave this earth, this is God's word. This is coming back to you. You don't have to believe it, but it's coming back to you. Somewhere, form or fashion, it's going to come back to you. Why? Because when you do people wrong coming back to you. But these folk don't think that it's coming back to them like some of you. You don't think that when you defraud someone that it ain't coming back to you. But it is. The Bible talks about defrauding each other. You know, you won't pay people back. You won't be fair. Then you wonder why you still in a slump. Why? Because you done robbed somebody else, and now you being robbed. It's coming back to you. So the Lord is talking about two types of people. The person that want to make an honest living. Ain't trying to get rich. Just want to make a good life. Want to make a good life and working for what they got. Not leeching off somebody. Not stealing off somebody. But working for what they got and trying to save and make the right decision for their life. The Lord says that person should be happy and be blessed. The Lord wants you to be happy and blessed, all right? It says, behold, verse 18 again, that which I have seen, it is good and comely or proper for one to eat and to drink, and to enjoy the good of all his labor that he takes under the sun all the days of his life, which God giveth him. For it belongs to you. When you work, if you're working and you make an honest living, you shouldn't feel guilty if you eat steaks every day. As long as you ain't stealing them, if that's what you want to eat. The Lord intended for you, because you have a heart and a mind to want to do right and make an honest living. The Lord said that's your right. Portion means that's what belongs to you. That's your right. That the Lord intended for you to do that, all right? And then he says, all the days of your life. He says, every man also to whom God has given, listen to this, every man also to whom God has given riches and wealth, and has given him power to eat thereof, and to take of his portion, and to do what? Rejoice in his labor. This is what? Who did it come from? Now the other one didn't. Those folk that rob people, steal from people, mistreat people, and lie to people to get ill-begotten gains, the Bible said before they leave here, they're going to suffer. In their lives, some of them going to die early death because of the way they oppress and rob people, the way they were dishonest, but they always think they're getting away. They always think they're getting away. So now we see in verse 19 that if you're going to make an honest living, the Lord wants you to enjoy. He wants you to have joy. He wants you, why? Because you work, you ain't stealing. You ain't trying to leech off nobody. You ain't trying to steal off nobody. You're doing what the Lord created you to do, and that's go out and work and make a living. Because the Bible says if you don't work, you don't eat. That's what God says. That's what the Lord said. And these folk, because you think they rich, and even we know a lot of people have gotten rich by robbing and stealing from folk, oppressing people. The Bible said those people are going to die a violent death. They're not going to die a peaceful death. Even their living is going to be messed up because the devil going to to the point that even when they got money, they think somebody's going to steal it. You know why? Because they stole it. They stole it. So they're going to think like that, all right? All right. Then it says this. It says, verse 20, for he shall not much remember the days of his life, because God answers him in the joy of his heart. In other words, the Lord, you know what? Okay, you got two type people. You got the person that want to work and make an honest living and obtain things that way. Then you got people that want to live off other people and not get nothing and get everything they can get. The people started businesses and stuff. They start businesses to rob other people. You got scammers now. They call them scammers now. That I guarantee you, if you got a phone, somewhere down the line, somebody's going to call you to try to rob you, to try to hijack you. They make easy money. You know, try to get a dollar bill that don't belong to them. Why? Because they didn't work for it. God is watching every one of them. And the Lord is saying, his word is saying they are not going to die a natural death. And then they're going to be miserable in life. And we think that these folk, because they hide behind their walls and they do this and they in the spotlight, we think all these folk got a good life. And they don't. The Bible said they don't. They are miserable. They are miserable. And they're going to die that way. Why? Because of the way they got things illegally. All right? Any questions? Okay. All right. We got y'all attention. You know why? Because money is important to you, isn't it? All right. Now, what I want you to do, let's go to the book of Proverbs. All right? Let's go to Proverbs. We're going to look at some scripture in Proverbs. Now, the Lord brought back to my remembrance, because I want you to listen to this now. Okay. When I was at Living Word, I told you about the scammers there at Living Word. And even we had when we were doing that building project, building the sanctuary in front of Glen Hills, we had a deacon that was our liaison person. And his job was to keep contact with all the construction workers and the vendors, okay, and report back to Apostle Lee, all right? But couldn't find out he was a crook. They took thousands of dollars from that ministry before Apostle Lee found out. Now, the way he found out was this. One of the construction workers came in and asked Apostle, he had a meeting with him, asked Apostle Lee, would he sign off on this paper? Okay? And Apostle Lee looked at it and read it, and what it was the purchase of a Caterpillar tractor. The guy came down from Kansas, all right? He stopped in Tennessee and purchased a brand new tractor, all right? And he wanted Apostle Lee to sign it over to him. He thought Apostle Lee wasn't going to read the contract, all right? All right. Apostle Lee, when he read it, and the guy said, we need you to sign it, he said, yeah, if you're going to do all this labor free. So anyway, what happened was Apostle Lee got suspicious, so he started investigating. So come to find out, the deacon we had that was a member of City Refuge, member of Living Word Christian Center, Lord Jesus, that was a member of Living Word Christian Center, was in cahoots with the vendors, getting a kickback with the vendors. So Sibley. He used to be the district attorney here in Augusta. He called Sam Sibley and brought him in. So Sam Sibley had an investigation to take place, and that work was shut down for months. Why? Until they did an internal investigation, and they found out, okay, Romester. Y'all remember Romester was a big-time contractor. He, matter of fact, he made his name. Y'all remember PTL from North Augusta, Jim Baker and them. All right, Jim Baker, all of them gave Apostle Lee, this guy out of Tennessee, Romester. He was supposed to be a good, reputable contractor. So, but he was crooked. Now, he ended up serving time when they finished. He ended up serving time because he had so many lawsuits against him. Even Florida was suing him. A few other states were suing him because he was supposed to have built a shopping center in Florida, and it wasn't right. A few other places. So it was a whole, matter of fact, Apostle Lee told us that in order for us to get our money back, we had to wait. I think it was like 75 or 70. We was number 76 on the list of suing him. All right? But anyway, if you go back, if you pull up his name, you find they had a big trial and everything. It was all over the news. But he ended up serving time for embezzlement, all kinds of stuff. Tax evasion, all kinds of stuff. But anyway, now, Living Word recovered. They took them time to recover. But the thing about it was, all of them were corrupt. All of them were corrupt. And Apostle Lee thinking that, okay, we got Deacon so-and-so. I won't call the guy's name. And he's standing up for Living Word Christian Center, working on Living Word Christian Center behalf. All right? He going to report. But he was crooked. He was crooked. He ended up buying a truck and stuff. All kind of stuff was going on. All this was discovered. But anyway, listen to this, though. Okay, listen to this, though. We help y'all in business. We talking about finance tonight. How y'all can guard your finances. All right. We building a gym. All right. And listen to this though. Every person, every vendor, contractor we check with, send out bids for, if we get them, we make them sign a contract. Now the first contract that we got, I was told was a preacher that was supposed to be hauling sand. Okay, this guy told us how much he gonna charge. And then, after the first few hours, he gonna raise his prices. We were getting the sand free. All he was doing was hauling. Now the guy was gonna say he charged. We made an agreement, $50 a load. He jumped up to $80 a load after a few hours. So when the person that's dealing with, I won't call his name, told me, I said, we ain't doing that. So what we did, we got another person to come in to do it for the same price. Well, the guy told us, listen to this now, because these folk, if you buying a car, they'll do this to you. The guy told us that day that if we don't call him by 5 o'clock, he won't be back out tomorrow. All right? That's what the first guy told us. All right? Okay. So 5 o'clock, we had another driver. So we didn't call him back. So the guy showed up back out here the next day. And we got another driver back out here the next day. Now, they didn't tell me till after that he showed up on the property. I wouldn't let him come back on his property because he's a scammer. All right. What happened was this. The way the ministry avoided being scammed by him was through the word. Okay. The word says when you find confidence, if you have confidence in an unfaithful person, in other words, if someone signs a contract with you that they're going to do one thing, and then once they get it signed, they change it, something wrong with them. They're not people of their word. So the Bible says a red flag go up. It should make you think. I don't care if you're buying a car, refrigerator, air conditioner. If they tell you that you're going to get it for this price, and then after you done sign your name, then they jack the price up, that's telling you hope. Put a hope on that. They ain't right. That's telling, according to the word Proverbs says, that person is not right. So you need to stop. You don't need to keep going on. Why? Because you keep going on, you're going to really get messed up, all right? So anyway, we stopped with him. Got another one, all right? Now, the person that was supposed to be doing the foundation, we signed a contract with him, all right? We signed a contract with him. And the reason why we got him, because he outbidded everybody else. That's how you get them. Whoever outbid. So we signed a contract with him, and we agreed to pay him so much money up front to get started, all right? And then we pay the rest of it at the end when he finished. So he got started, got to work out here. Now, we done paid him, got to work. Guy came out and worked and worked and worked and worked and worked. Well, y'all saw him working. Then after a while, the contractor contacted our contact person and said, they need more money. Now, we done signed a contract that said everything they was going to need. I mean, the cost of the bill, everything they was going to do, all right? So anyway, the guy started telling me about he needed more material and stuff like that. I said, okay. So during the process, I said, I tell you what I'm going to do, because I need to investigate this. So the first time we paid them, we wired the money to them. This time, I wrote a check. Because, see, it's going to take a few days to get there. Because I'm going to do some investigation. I'm going to check this person out before he get that check. So anyway, I had a chance to check it out and couldn't find out. They was charging us for stuff we wasn't getting. So immediately, what Apostle Bush did, stop the check. Now, during that time, our contact person was trying to get in touch with, now the guy going to Kansas, or wherever he at, up there in Kansas. The guy trying to get in touch with him, our contact person, trying to get in touch with the guy never would respond back until he tried to cash that check. When he tried to cash that check and it wouldn't cash, why? Because I stopped payment on it. Then he called him. Well, contact, what's up? What's up? What's up? Now, in the meantime, the owner of the company, we found out that he ain't paying his workers. Now, we paying him, but he ain't paying the guys that like to do the work. And the guy, I know the guy done quit twice. Not because of us, but his boss won't pay him. And then we found out this same company, the guys that work for him say he always do that. So that ain't the first time. All right, so now, okay, now listen. I'm about wisdom. We're going to help y'all. All right, the Bible tells you how to deal with people like that. But half of you won't listen, and you get caught up in scams or get trapped by people because you didn't listen to the word. So anyway, now the situation we're in now, where we got the land ready to go, and I ain't paying them another penny. I promise you, they will not get another copper penny until they finish. Now, if they don't come back, we already got a couple folk are waiting to finish the job. So we ain't worried about it. Why? Because of using wisdom, we got the advantage. So in your life, you want to have the advantage. Now listen to this now. Listen. Okay. The contract, I had the contract written up for our benefit. And that's right. Don't you write no contract no more without me. The reason's going to be me. I'm going to have the contract written. And it's going to be to my benefit, all right? To the city, not to yours. I'm going to put in that contract. If I'm going to hire you, I'm going to hire you based on what I want you to do. So if you get flaky on me, I can sue you for breach of contract. I don't have to continue with why? Because you're going to work based on my principle, not yours. All right? That's what the Bible tells you to do that. All right? So the contract we had written is for our benefit, not his. So no matter how much he squinted or whatever, ain't nothing he can do. But it's everything we can do. Okay, the reason why the Lord had me to do that was because of Proverbs. And in my life, I do that. Some of you get messed up in your life dealing with crooks because they smile at you and they tell you that's the last one. Or if you don't do it right now, or if you don't get, they throw something at you to make you go ahead on and sign that dotted line. And once you sign that dotted line based on their principle, you done messed up. You don't ever want, I don't care if that's the last vehicle on the planet. Find something else. You don't want to ever, listen, you don't want to ever sign your name to nothing unless you have thought this thing out. The Bible talks about that, all right? All right, any question? So now we in a high advantage. And believe me, I'm ready for somebody else. I mean, it's going to be less than even that. Why? Because of the word. Now, okay. Now listen, today we had a guy to come out, and the guy, he's going to do some, give us authorization to do some plumbing work. All right. The guy, now I was told this, that I had to pay them today. No, I ain't paying them today. I'm not going to, why? Because, see, it might be 3 or 4 weeks before we get this form finished. So I will pay him once we get started. All right? You ain't going to rush me. I don't care what. If you that desperate, you better find another job. Because you ain't rushing me. I'm going to do right by you. I'm going to pay you what you asked for. But you ain't going to scam me, and you ain't going to push me to do nothing. You know, you better sign. No, I ain't signing nothing. Matter of fact, I told him to tear up the contract. Tear it up, and when we get ready for the person, and he agreed. We get ready for the person, we're going to get it. But we ain't doing nothing until we get ready. Why? Because we are at the advantage. And you ain't making me get into nothing else other than that, right? Okay, now, that's how you want to do in your life. If you do that way, you will never lose nothing. Many of you have lost stuff. You know why? By making foolish decisions. By doing things on a whim, and then you end up reading the dotted line after. I didn't know it was in the contract. I didn't know that was. You done messed up now. You done messed up. You don't want to keep doing that. You don't want to keep doing that, folk, all right? I'm telling you, that's a hard way to live, all right? There's a hard way to live. Now, I want you to go to Proverbs chapter 2, okay? And we're going to help you with your finances. See, you thought we was going to teach on you giving money to us. We're going to help you learn how to keep your money. Because the Bible said there's profit in all labor. If you working, you ought to be benefiting from it. If you, the Bible shows us how to profit with money. It shows us how to get out of the hole and stay out of it. All right? That's all we do. We apply it to our life. Do y'all see? Do I look like I'm sad and depressed? And wait a minute. When they came and told me stuff, ask them. A problem, I don't care why. We already have an advantage. The contract is in our favor, not theirs. All right? And it's going to stay that way. And I ain't paying you. You know what? You can squall and you ain't getting one dime until you get the work done. That's all to it. All right. Now, Proverbs chapter 2. All right? Everybody got it? All right. Beginning with verse 10. It done got hot in here again. Let's turn that on a little bit, all right? This is going to help you. This is going to help you in your finance. How many of you like to keep your money? Like to save it up and do things? Oh, this is going to help you. This is going to help you so you won't get swindled by them crooks, all right? Now, all right. Now, and let me tell you this, though. The guy told us this at the beginning. He giving us a discount. But he was. And trying to take it away now. You done gave it. Listen, If you sign your car over to me, you ain't getting it back. If you say, I want to give you this car, and are you sure this is what you want to do? I might ask you 3 times. Are you sure this is what you want to do? Are you sure? When you say, yeah, once you sign it, don't come back tomorrow and say, I need it back. I say, I'll sell it to you. But it's mine now. Why? Because you gave it to me. So, listen, folks, there are all kinds of scammers out there. There are folk that will get you into something and then up the price when they get you in it. Sound like some cars, don't you? You know, the price on the sticker. And by the time you leave that office, you paying $6,000 more than the price on that sticker. You know why? Because they're going to add this to it. They're going to add that to it. They're going to say you need this to it. Before you know it, you $6,000 more in debt than you were. Then you look at it. But I thought you said, but that sticker says, if that sticker says something, I'm going to leave with that sticker. Whatever that sticker says, that's what I'm going with, all right? Now listen to this. In Proverbs, chapter 2, verse 10, it says this. It says, when this wisdom enters into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee, and understanding shall keep thee. Now, this is what it's saying. It's saying when a person comes to a place of getting wisdom, all right, wisdom is this, the ability to be able to see what they don't want you to see. When you're talking, when you're trying to buy something or trying to get some work done, and you're having a conversation with someone, and they don't want to tell you the whole truth. You up front with them, you tell them this is what I want to pay you. But they're saying, oh yeah, we'll give you $100 off. But then they ain't telling you how they getting ready to jack up your price. All right? Okay. The Bible says when you got wisdom, what you do, you begin to listen to what they say. You attach yourself to every word. Why? Because you're watching them. You are watching them spiritually with the word. So it says when you got wisdom, this is what wisdom does. When it gets in your spirit, knowledge becomes pleasant unto your soul. Okay. You ever had somebody lie to you and you know they were lying? All right. Okay, listen to this. They didn't tell you they was lying. But you had knowledge they lied. So you knew it. So that knowledge was pleasant to you. Why? Because you knew you are a bald-faced liar. You lying through your teeth. On the other side of your teeth. All through your wisdom teeth, you lying. If you ain't got no teeth, you still lying. I know you lying. You know for a fact they are telling a lie. That's knowledge. You know that. So they can't get over on you like that. It said knowledge is pleasant unto your soul. Then it says discretion. Okay, discretion is this. Discretion is the ability to make the next decision or the next move after somebody lied to you. Discretion is the ability to be able to know how to keep yourself out of a trap. It's called discretion. And it says discretion shall do what? It will keep you from what? Falling in the trap. When you know for a fact somebody is lying or they done lied, if you use wisdom, wisdom will cause you to back up and say, you don't tell them, but wait a minute, okay, let me think about it. Wait, I'm not going to sign that yet. I want to ponder over this for a while. Why? Because you done heard something that was not really right. It got you alarmed. That's called discretion. Discretion, it says, will preserve or keep you out of trouble. It'll keep you from being swindled. It'll keep you from allowing the man or woman to rob you. All right? It'll keep you from signing your life away. All right? Discretion shall preserve thee. And then it says, understanding shall do what? Keep you. Now I understand what I understand this person saying, you know what? I'm doing y'all a favor, but you're really not. You ain't doing me no favor. Who gonna walk up to you and tell you when you're trying to do business with them, now listen, I'm not gonna do you no favors. Now you're trying to do business. Well, I want you to understand from the get-go, I am not doing you no favor. I want you to know this, you will not get no favors from me. Who gonna tell you that? They gonna always tell you the opposite. Why? Because they want to get what you got. And the reason, you know why they want to get what you got? Because they don't have it. Don't that make sense? All right, let's move on. Discretion shall preserve thee. Understanding shall keep thee. And then verse 12 tells you what it'll do. Deliver thee from the way of the evil person. The person that's lying. The person that's saying, you know what? You can get this whole package deal for so-and-so. And then when you get ready to read, don't ever sign nothing until you read it. And don't ever let them rush you. You going to sign something, all you read is one paragraph. No, you better read the whole thing, because you know what? You might be signing everything. You might be signing the whole building away. You know, I'm going to pay you for building this building, and after you build it, I'm going to give it to you. If that's in the contract, you ain't got no building. Well, I didn't see it. You should have read it. Don't ever let nobody push you to do nothing. Always have time to think about what you're going to do. You know why? It's your life. Now, you can be a fool and be dumb and sign everything. And some of you, well, Apostle Bush said I need to think, so I'm going to sign it. Go right ahead. Go right ahead, signee. I ain't going to pay for it, you are. I am not paying for it. You the one going to have to pay for it or end up in jail one, all right? We trying to, the word is so powerful. It says to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speak what? Folk will lie. People will lie to their advantage. Now, you honest, you're going to do everything you say you're going to do. Because you're going to do it don't mean they are. So what you want to do is keep yourself out of a trap. If you're trying to purchase an air conditioner, you don't want to pay someone to put the air conditioner in, or you don't want to pay for the air conditioner if there's no guarantee. I'm going to buy a brand new air conditioner, ain't no paperwork. Listen, if ain't no paperwork, it won't be no paperwork. Meaning green, 50s, 100s, all right? Ain't going to be that. Okay, now, the purpose of wisdom is to help you to stay out of trouble. And folks, some of you, what you do, you go out and buy cars and houses and get these long mortgages and stuff and mess up. Why? Because you didn't read the contract. They going all people, these folk will lie to you to get what you got. So the Bible said discretion will preserve you. Wisdom will cause you to see what they're not saying or what they do not want you to see. So what wisdom did, wisdom kept us out of trouble. Now listen to this now. In that, we found out, I had them to send me over what they said they bought for the building, for the work. On that bill, they had 294, 2 by 16, all right, 2 by 4 by 16. You know how many out there on the property? 70 of them. Only 70. So where is the other 200 and some? Where is it? So I had our liaison person to ask him. He ain't got nothing. He ain't got no response back. And like I said earlier, the man was not going to even call him back until I stopped the check. People, stopping the check is a blessing. You always want to write a check and then mail it. If they live next door to you, go mail it. If you in Augusta and you live at 1629 Maranatha Drive, 15, 20, go to Columbia and mail it. Give it time to get there so you can investigate these folks. So you can stop that check. Because I don't care if they got it in their hand. When you stop it, it ain't going nowhere. The guy didn't call back until he went and tried to cash that check. Bam! That's called wisdom, y'all. That's called wisdom. It ain't my fault if he's a crook, but he ain't going to crook me. He ain't going to crook this man. That's called wisdom. And see, I do that in my life. Everything I ever bought, I make sure that I understand what I purchased according to the word. And if I'm signing a contract, the contract is going to be in my favor, not his. Wait a minute. I got the money. You trying to get it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have something to benefit me, and that's going to be the contract. And in that contract, it's going to hold you to your word. I'm not going to let you do no work unless there's a contract somewhere on the line. I don't care if we're in the same ministry. Me and you, we're going to have a contract agreement. Why? Because I can use that contract, and I can take you to court and take whatever need to be taken. Why? Because you was a crook. All right. In your everyday life. The only thing I don't sign a contract for is when I go get groceries. And that's the reason why, because, well, I'm going to get... I mean, if the meat ain't fresh, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. If it's out of date, I don't get it. But if it's some work going to be done, I'm going to make sure a contract is done. When Creighton Layer said they take care of air conditioning, we sign a contract. And they're going to be, we hold them to that contract. We hold them. If they come down to repair a part, then there's a contract. We're going to hold them to it. Why? If that part, you put in a new part and it go bad in 5 days, and we have a 90-day warranty, you're going to put in another new part, and we ain't paying for it. Not even, why? It's your part. We signed a contract. Folks, don't ever do nothing that's caused you to be at a disadvantage. You the one got the money. You the one got the money. You the one got the... Wake up, people. Jesus. And don't ever... I got to have that. People, that's what they want. You know what? I just got to have. I got to have this. Well, that's the last one. They got 500 over in another state, but they telling you that's the last one. Don't ever get into stuff like that, because you're going to always get robbed, okay? So the Bible says the purpose of wisdom and discretion is to deliver you from the way of the evil man, the person that lies, to make sure they don't get over on you. And then you can have joy and peace. Any question before we move on? Oh, I got to have a new car. I got a job. I got to have a new car. I guarantee you, every one of you that jump up and didn't compare prices, I guarantee you, that car you got, you could have got it cheaper. You could have, I'm just telling you, you could have got it. You could have got it cheaper. You thought that was the last one, and you thought you had to leave out of there in that car. Let me tell you something. The only time you have to leave out there in another car, when you're trying to buy a car, if your car broke down at the lot. They ain't call somebody to pick you up. Don't ever rush to get nothing. I'm just trying to help y'all. Don't ever rush. Think about what you're getting. And let me tell you something. I've had fun. Okay, back to the first driver. All right, $50 a load. After a couple hours, he done jumped up to $80. Damn. And then he going to throw that, I guess, around 4 o'clock. Now, if y'all don't call me back by 5 o'clock, I won't be back in the morning. We didn't call him back. By 5 o'clock, we had somebody else. And then the band showed back up the next morning, and we ain't called him. What you doing here? We didn't tell you. I thought you said you wasn't coming back. He done wasted gas coming down here. And somebody else doing the work. So that's how you do business with these people. If you be honest, your disadvantage. You always want to make sure that you have the advantage, and that if they want to get flaky or whatever, you got some rules and laws to back you up, all right? Oh, that's what you want to do. Now, everybody ought to wake up. All right. Any question before we move on? All right, go ahead, Sister Shanika.
Okay, Apostle. So this is pretty much his own time.
Hey, somebody dropped the mic. That mic too high. Yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you.
So this message
You know what? Wait a minute. You know something? I guess they think everybody's 7 feet. Look at them. Go ahead.
Okay, so the message is like right on time. Is it okay? So what we talked about last time in our meeting. My question is it okay if I can give you like updates on it? Because there's some questions I have.
You most definitely can.
Okay, as far
My
as
job is to help you to keep you out of the hands of the robber.
So I can call you?
You can call me.
Okay.
You can text me. Set up a meeting with me. However you want to do it, all right? That's right. You know, but remember this now. We first started off, the Bible says this, even about rich folk. Everybody that's rich, God didn't intend for them to be rich. They got rich through robbery, oppressing people, lying to people, stealing from people, getting over on people, not paying people like they should. The workers said, now we done paid the company, but they won't pay their own workers. Now wait a minute, that ain't gonna work. Now we ain't got nothing, we ain't got nothing to do with that. But we got something to do with what they do here. All right? So the Bible says when you get rich like that, you're going to die of something. Your life going to be miserable. And a lot of times people be thinking because they rich, they got it made. But look at all these rich folk dying of cancer and all kind of stuff. Because they done lied, defrauded, or oppressed somebody that they shouldn't have. And it came back on them. And then there are the people that the Lord, because of through honesty, the Lord allows them to get rich, and they have a good life. They don't rob nobody. They don't try to have an advantage on nobody. They just treat everybody fair and just. All right? Okay. So in the Bible, now the Bible says this about Christians. I keep telling y'all, the Bible says when you defraud each other, put that on the screen, Pam, in Thessalonica. When you defraud each other, God said, even though you're a Christian, God said he going to come against you. God himself. And some of you sitting here ain't got nothing because you done lied to someone. You didn't pay somebody back. And now you done lost stuff because you didn't think that don't apply to me. God said that. Y'all said that no man go beyond and defraud his what? In any manner, because that the Lord is what? It's the Lord going to step in and be their lawyer and their judge. Folks, when you treat each other like that, the Lord step in. And he'll make sure that your life going to be miserable. Why? Because you're not right. You're not doing what you're supposed to do, all right? So you got to learn to treat each other right. Be honest with each other. Matter of fact, be honest. The Bible said, do unto others as you would have them do what? Unto you. That's what you. So in my business dealing, I'm always up front. Now, I told the guy today, I said, listen, I'm not going to pay you today. You know why? Because it might be 2 or 3 more days or weeks before we get this finished. But I will pay you when we get ready for you. You know what he did? He understood that. He understood that. Now, I was told he wanted his money now. Not from me. Not from me, eh? If you can get blood from a turnip, go right ahead. You'll be better off because you ain't getting it from me. Why? Because I knew that we couldn't start the job right now. Why? Because we got something in front of us. Got to be done. Okay, that's called wisdom. That's called, I'm not in a hurry. That's called W-I-S-D-O-M, wisdom. I'm not in a hurry. And you know what? The word taught me to be like that, so I won't get robbed. And the Lord don't want y'all to get robbed. But when you go out and you make these crazy business deals, why? Because you want a car better than somebody else, or you want this, it's going to always come back on you. It's going to always come back on you, and you're going to find out, you know what? You'll be bit for years. Why? Because you done made a stupid decision. You didn't follow the word. It don't have to be that way. And that's why I encourage y'all to read the book of Proverbs and ask the Lord to help y'all to understand so you walk in wisdom. Any question? Boy, it's quiet in here now. Now listen, it says in verse 12, the purpose of wisdom and discretion and knowledge is to, verse 12, to deliver thee from what? From the way of the person that intends to mess your life up. You know what? Contractors try to outbid one another. That's what they're supposed to do. So, if you bid on a job and it's going to take $40,000 and you bid $30,000 and you get it, that's your loss. I didn't tell you. That's your loss. Don't be crying to me. You know, how many of y'all came in the office crying? Did that affect me? Some of y'all I tried. You come in there crying, and I just sit there. Sometimes I take, the tissue. I give it, put that over there. Give it tissue. I just sit there. Your tears ain't going to bother me. Why? I'm going to tell you the truth. My job is to help you, and I can't help you with my own counsel, but I can help you with the word. Because God knows exactly what's going on. Jesus knows how to fix some things, folks. And we got too many people trying to use their own stupid psychology and wisdom and getting other people in deeper trouble instead of telling them what the word says. Wait a minute. If God, the one made us, which he did, don't you think he know more about how we ought to operate? I mean, you don't know more about me than God do. So why should I take your advice? And God's advice is different. He the one made me. That's stupid. People taking each other's advice, and the Bible says something different. That is absolute. That's crazy to me. It's like, man, wait a minute, you're going to take some man or woman over what the word says this, and you're going to believe what your mom and dad said when they are not right? Wait a minute. People, that does not compute. All right? Not with me. All right? I'm just trying to help y'all so y'all can when you work and when the Lord bless you to make money, you shouldn't want nobody to steal it or give it up. You earn it. The Lord bless you to earn it. You ought to enjoy your life and don't let nobody rob you. Don't let nobody rob you. All right? Any questions before we move on? Oh, people thinking now, boy. Let's move. Okay. To deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speak forward things. The person that always aggressive and lies. Forward means to be aggressive. You know, to push their theory or their idea on you. You know, when I bought that Grand M, I bought that Grand M in 2000. That's a brand new, 2000, still running. And before I purchased it, I went to a different dealer. I went to certain dealers. I went to Pontiac Masters, and they had one, but the price didn't line up. And they told me, yeah, we got it up here in the showroom. You better come get it. We got people that looked at it and all this kind of stuff. But the price wouldn't add up. You ain't going to find nobody that's going to have one cheaper than what we got. Because we done checked. We got the cheapest price in the Southeast, what they told us. All right? I went to Columbia. Pontiac place up there. One just like it on the showroom floor. And paid just what I said I was going to pay for it. I told them I give you X amount of dollars, and I didn't give them a penny more. And I drove from Columbia in that car. Drove it off the showroom. And what I did with it, I went back to Pontiac Master. That's the second time I done did that. That's the second time I did it. Believe it or not, in 1970, now before I got saved, 1978, I saw at the Ford place used to be out on Garden Highway. What was that Ford place? Anyway, they had a Landau out there. That thing was champagne. I went out there, and folks, it was on a Sunday afternoon, and so the guy told me that just put $10 on it, and you can come back and get it. I was working at service. $10 just going to hold it. All right. I put $10 on it. Went to the credit union, got the money, went back to get it. Oh, another salesman done sold it. But I got this. You know what I did? I left and went to Thompson, Georgia. Got me what I wanted. After I got it, brought it back and pulled in front of the Ford place on Garden Highway and went in there and got my $10 back. I pulled right up. You know, they desk was in the front. I pulled right up there in the front and parked and got out of my brand new town Landau and went in there and got my $10 back. I sure did. I went straight to the salesman that was supposed to hold it and got it back. All right, I come here to get my $10 back, and look what I'm driving. Now, I wasn't saved at the time, but that's my dad taught me that. That's a biblical principle, and that's what you're supposed to do. You don't do business with people because they're friends. You'll be surprised. You'll get scammed in a minute. All right? Any question before we move on? Trying to help y'all, all right? Don't get mad at me, all right? All right, let's go to Proverbs chapter 4. Proverbs chapter 4. We're trying to help you because some of you, you're going to get your income tax if you get in it. If the government give it to you, you're going to get something back. Don't be throwing that stuff away. Learn how to use it wisely. You know, if you get it in April, don't be broke in May. It's like, man, sometimes people when they start seeing more zeros, it's like, oh. They just go, I mean, everything. I can get this. I always wanted that. I'm going to get that over there. I'm going to do. It's like, man, don't ever think about. The Bible said, it didn't say don't think about tomorrow. It said don't worry about it. When it said take no thought, it means don't worry about it. The Bible teaches you to save money. Learn how to save. Don't be throwing everything you get. The time you get a paycheck, before you get home, you broke. Ain't got no gas. No, learn how to use discretion when you get your paycheck. Learn how to think. Wait a minute now. Okay, I just got $400. $400 got to last me for the next 7 days or 14 days. Think before you pull off. Think before you cash it. Lord, what I need to do. And then if you don't spend $200 before you got home, some of y'all don't go to the grocery store. Go home. Go home. Now, if you want them, you can eat pork and beans in the dark because they done cut your lights off. Why? Because you done throwed everything away at the grocery store and you can't pay your light bill. I mean, if you want to do that, fine. Go home first and sit down and think about what you want to do, what you need to do. I need to pay my electric bill. I need to pay the air conditioner. I need to pay this and that. I need to pay my car. And then you have to hide behind the house anymore, or down the street, or leave it up there at the supermarket. Come pick me up. Why? Because I left my car at Walmart so the repo man won't find it. No. Learn how to pay your bills. Jesus. The Bible said, oh, no man. You the one, you bought the car. How you think you're going to buy the car and keep it and don't pay for it? Huh? No, learn how to use wisdom. it's better for you to ride from here to New Orleans than to eat all the steaks you want and you got to walk. Pay your bills. And folks, let me tell you something. Listen to me close. Listen to me very close, because some of you do this. Some of you let anybody scam you. You know what? If you make enough money to live off of, the Lord ain't telling you to pay somebody else. The Lord is not telling you to help somebody else when you got enough for yourself. Stop being stupid like that. Stop being. The Bible talks about surety for your friend. Let me tell you what surety is. Surety is this. When you co-sign for somebody, and then they don't pay their bill, you got to pay it. The Bible talks against that. If you making $400 again, and your budget is $350, you ain't got but $50 left. If somebody come along, I need $25. Well, you don't need it here. I got 50, but you know what? I didn't plan to give you $25. I plan to use it for emergencies that come up. I might need to get some brakes for my car. I might get a blowout. I need a tire. Oh, so if I need a tire, can I go back to you and tell you to buy me a tire? No, okay. A lot of you let people scam and misuse you. And then they give you the guilt trip. Folks, not me. No. Why? If you are healthy, you can work. If you got a job where you ain't making enough, get another one. That's what I did. Get another job. The Lord didn't tell me that I had to support you all my life. And if you my son, you're going to grow up. And not only are you going to grow up, you're going to go out. Tell him to go back there and stand up. Tell him, man, go back there and stand up. You hit the road, Jack. Why? Because that's what you're supposed to do. When I got old enough, I didn't stay home. Matter of fact, I left because I wanted to. And let me tell you something. I will make it miserable for you. Just like the eagle. Ain't no down in that nest. No. Why? Listen to me closer. God said if you don't work, you don't eat. When you have children that's too lazy to get out and make their own living, you got problems. Because let me tell you, you ain't going to be around forever. And when you leave, what they going to do? When you leave, what they going to do? You have to teach that child to learn how to work and save and be dependent. And then when they get out there, they can do it. Now, if you let some lazy child live off you for the rest of your life, it's your fault when you leave here and they out in the streets. Because you taught them that way. The Bible didn't tell us to teach children that way. The Bible tells us to teach our children how to be diligent, how to be forward-thinking, how to be able to go out and do things and make a living for yourself. Jeez. Ain't that much love on earth for me to do stuff like that. It got quiet in here now. It got quiet in here. Oh, jeez. No, sirree. No. You know what? If you're a good father or mother, you're teaching that son and daughter how to go out and earn a living. Not sit up there and play video games all day long. And it's good for nothing. When that person get 30, 40 years old, and can't keep a job, it's your fault. Not just theirs. It's your, why? Because you done taught them well. You became a crutch to them instead of helping them to be able to go out and support themselves like they supposed to. And then you done cheated them. Why? Because now they don't have the ability to even think how to support themselves. They have a mind of a grown-up having a mind of a child. Can't think about video games all day long, never getting a job, never think about how to save money. Oh, man. Woo, Jesus. It's quiet. Y'all ain't laughing now. What happened to the laughter? Oh, what happened to the laughter, folks? Come on. Come on. We still got some more to go. Proverbs chapter 4. All right. Proverbs chapter 4. Oh, go ahead.
Apostle, so is that the reason why in some of these generations, these kids, 25 or whatever, they think that people owe them. They're not supposed to work. You're supposed to give me. And it's like, I can stay in my parents' basement forever. I don't have to. And I'm expecting you to give it to me. Is that the reason why?
That's the reason why. If I have a basement, it's not for nobody to stay in it. Unless it's me. I didn't build a basement for somebody to stay unless it's me. It's like, man, wait a minute. No, you kids that's growing up, you go to school, you play around, don't learn nothing, and then your parents help you by letting you get away with it. No, you don't know how to do. I'll let you sleep out on the front porch a few nights. And I'm not talking about in August. I'm talking about in January and February. No, you sleep out. Why? Because I see this child ain't thinking right. You ain't thinking right. Wait a minute now. And boys, 16, 17 years old, another 16 years, where you going to be? You 16 years old, and all you can think about is games. Just games. What? 5 more years, you're an adult. What you going to do? What are you going to do? No, you need to be planning your life for the future. Well, what if I die? If you die, don't worry about it. You ain't got to worry about if you're dead. See, I might not be living there. Well, then, don't worry about it. Jesus. You know what? We got grown-ups in here don't even have their own place. They don't have their own place because of foolishness. Because of thinking I can live on my own without the word. And they messed up their lives. We just read, go back again to Ecclesiastes. Go back to Ecclesiastes. Listen to this. This is not just for the rich. This is for all of us to learn. The Lord wants us to be blessed. He wants us to do well, but he ain't going to make us. He's not going to make us do well. We got to want to do that ourselves. We have to. Ecclesiastes chapter 5. Listen to this again. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 13 says, there is sore evil which I have seen under the sun, namely, riches keep the owners, riches kept for the owner thereof to their hurt. In other words, instead of money making your life easier, it made it rougher. All right? And then it says, verse 14, for those riches perish by evil travail. And he begat a son, and there's nothing in his hand. Meaning this, the father was rich, but throwed away everything, and his son ain't got nothing. Didn't leave his son nothing. The money didn't do him no good. People that's all over the place now. Not just for the rich, but even for those that's not rich. The Bible said, a just man leaves an inheritance for his children. You know what? If you're a grandfather, according to the word, you got the ability to leave something to your grandchildren. I didn't say, the word says that. If you are a grandfather and you've been walking in wisdom, the Lord will fix it where you will leave something for your grandchildren. Not just your children, but your grandchildren. The Lord will bless you. He will bless you. But some of you can't even leave nothing for yourself. You ain't got nothing. It's a shame to be healthy and live 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, the older you get, and don't have nothing. Been on this earth 60 years, ain't got nothing. Ain't got nothing, folks. Ain't got, you know why? Because you didn't try to do nothing. And everything you tried to do was wrong. And you were so full of pride. You were so full of pride, I can do this myself. Well, what did you got? What do you have? What's the difference in a 70-year-old man that don't have nothing and a 16-year-old boy that ain't got nothing? What's the difference? 8, that's all. That's all. That's all. It don't make no sense. The way you live your life is what causes you to reap what you get in your life. And when you decide, when you get so full of pride and arrogance, I don't need nobody to tell me nothing. You know what? You don't have nothing at all. Not one thing. One thing I found out, like I tell my grandsons, when you're in a place you don't want to hear sound advice, you're already poor. You ain't going to make it anyway. You're already poor. You ain't got nothing to start with. But you guarantee you ain't going to get nothing. Why? Because, see, you don't want wisdom. You want to hang with these folk that ain't got no wisdom instead of listening to the folk that has. Let me tell you. That's why, let me tell you something. You can't tell me how to build a house if you never did. You can't tell me how to own a house if you don't own yours. You can't tell me how to do that. And I keep telling you, I do not listen to folk that haven't did it themselves. You know why? Because they don't know. And anybody can run their mouth. No, let me see, like the Bible, let me see what you got. If you're so full of wisdom, what do you have? What do you have? What? If you're so full of wisdom, where is it? What happened? The Lord gave you 40, 50, 60 years to live. What you got? If you're so full of wisdom. You go to school. If you're so smart, why are you failing in school? Well, if you are so smart, why are you failing in school? If you so much wisdom, why are you failing in school? Why can't you keep your grades up if you got, I'm so smart. I'm smarter than mama and daddy. I got more wisdom, but you're failing. Always in trouble. Why? If you got wisdom, where is it? Where is it? If you so self-sufficient, why you broke? Ain't got a penny. The clothes you got on, somebody bought them. Where is it? Where's the wisdom? Anybody can run their mouth and talk about how smart they are, but very few can show you. And I don't listen to you all that run your mouth but don't have nothing to back it up. I don't pay any attention. The Bible tells me not to pay any attention to you. Why? Because if you had any wisdom, you'd be using it. That's what the word, what we got going. Where's the amens and the hallelujahs and the yahoos? You done spent 60 years of your life trying to get your life right, and you telling me how to get mine right? It took you 60 years. Jeez. Lord, the Bible said, just because you old don't mean you wise. It said, the aged man is not always wise. Put that on the screen, Pam. Go to Joe and put it up on the screen so they can see it. So just because you old don't mean you wise. There's some stupid old folk. They learn how to be stupid. How? By resisting wisdom and knowledge. You don't have to be like that. You can the Lord give you a chance to learn. He give you the same opportunity he give everybody else to start from scratch. To learn. If you don't learn, it's because you don't want to. Because you don't want to. And the Bible says a fool will despise wisdom. They don't like it and destroy it. That's what the word says, all right? Any questions? Now, y'all stay happy now. I'm just encouraged there. Okay, Proverbs chapter 4. Trying to help y'all so y'all can, if you're in a problem, come out of it. And verse 5 says this. It says, get wisdom, get understanding, and forget it not. Neither decline from the words of my mouth. God's saying to us, wait a minute, get wisdom. Get it. Go after it. Why? Because we didn't have it. The Bible says, if any man lack wisdom, let him ask of God. If you dumb and stupid, well, I don't know whether I'm dumb and stupid. What you got? Well, do a self-evaluation. Okay. If you're 25 years old and ain't got nothing, it took you 25 years to get nothing. I'm just telling you the truth. If you're 25 years old and ain't got nothing, it took you 25 long years to have nothing. So, what I mean, where do we go from? You ain't got nothing. Not one thing. 25 years old and don't have nothing. Wait a minute. And then you're trying to give wisdom to somebody else. What you gonna do? Give them 25 years of nothing? That's what you got. Oh, I've been living a long time. I wouldn't tell nobody. I keep it quiet. I just won't say nothing. Ain't got nothing. So what can you tell somebody else? How you going to tell somebody else important wisdom? Oh, you can tell them this. You know what? Don't live like me. Because I'm living 25 years. They got nothing. You know what? If I'm sitting in the barbershop, I get up and go to the next side. I move down. Because it needs me and you to have a conversation. Why? Because only thing you can tell me is 25 years or nothing. But everybody, the Lord give everybody a chance. Everybody. If you don't prosper, it's your fault. Go ahead.
Apostle, I want to ask wisdom on making some decisions, financial decisions. With retirement approaching, there are funds that I have that I need wisdom on, how to transition with them now. Should I leave them where they are until the market becomes better? Or things like leave. I can get paid for my leave if I don't use it. I can get a lump sum check, but it's taxed. Or can I just, is it more wise to use it and use it up between now and retirement date and pay less tax on that? Just questions like that.
Well, what you got to do is weigh the balance. That's what you got to do. What you're saying is you can go ahead on and get a lump sum and then have to pay a large amount of taxes versus waiting and then pay less taxes.
Versus using the leave now, you know, a week here, 2 weeks there, or whatever, using it now. I'll still pay taxes, but it won't be as, I was told it won't be as much as if it's being taxed a lump sum.
Well, that's your key. It won't be as much.
Okay.
That's your key right there. I mean, if I had to pay $125 in taxes one way, and then the other way I only pay $75.
75. Okay.
All day long.
Okay. Thank you. I understand that part. Thank you. The other piece about the 401k, and do I just leave it because it's kind of in the dumps right now because of the market?
Oh, I would leave it. I wouldn't mess with it because right now the world is messed up. It's confused, messed up. Okay. Everything it's going to be all right. Afterwards, it's going to be all right. I'll leave it. If I don't need it, I'll leave it. That's what I would do.
Thank you.
I'll leave it and let it grow. Let it grow. Let it grow. That's what I would do. That's right. I wouldn't be fooled. Any other questions? Yes, go ahead. Okay.
Greetings, Apostle. I got 2 questions.
Okay.
My first question is, Malachi did just get his first job.
All right. How about that? Okay.
The only thing about it is, like, time he got the job, the place shut down because of what's going on. So
Okay.
they only got the managers working right now. So he did inform me that, even though that took place, he still is employed. But would it be wisdom for him to start looking for something different?
You can. It's always good to look for something different.
Okay.
The more job offers you get, the better it is for you.
Okay.
The more choices you got.
Okay.
Sure is. What we need to work on is find where his car at.
Yeah.
That's what we need to work on. We need to find out where is his car.
Yeah, and I'm starting to notice more people out now that it's on the warm days. Because when it's cold, I don't see hardly nobody out. But I notice more people starting to come out in that neighborhood now.
Yeah.
So I want
That's
to kind of
how
start
that works.
asking them.
Huh?
I want to go ahead and start asking them, like, no, y'all know something.
Yeah, pray and ask the Lord to show you who to go to.
Because there's so many of them.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the wrong person.
You
Ask the Lord to show you. We need to find out who. We need to find out who really knows.
Okay.
You know.
I
Now-
had one person came with me one time, Apostle. His name was Tommy. I forgot his last name, but he was telling me that his dad and my granddaddy was super close. So he seemed to know a lot about the area, about my granddaddy and stuff. And once I talked to him, I didn't think to ask him, but I do see him from time to time. But I don't know if that's what the Lord wants me to ask.
Okay, he's an older guy.
Yeah.
I would. Don't go to them young guys.
Okay.
You might go to the one that stole it. Might be talking to the one that stole it. So yeah,
Right.
check with somebody like that.
Okay.
You know,
He's
that'll
an older
give
guy.
you an honest answer. Okay.
Okay.
At least to help us get started. All right.
Yes, sir.
That's what
Can I
you
ask
wanna
my
do.
second question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, now my second question is on me. I guess with all that's going on, I'm still employed. Thank you, Jesus. But my issue is, I kind of feel like I got swindled. Not really for certain. They sent me home to work, so they did provide me with all the equipment to work with. I had to get the internet service. So I did get the internet service. I called like quite a few people before I got it. Most of them are satellite. I had to get on VPN to get into the network for the people I work for.
Okay.
Satellite internet is not really the best for that. So I can get into all my programs, applications at home, but the calls are choppy. So the people really can't hear me. It's dealing with the internet. When I got in there, the people really didn't explain that to me about how satellite don't
Okay,
work
how it
well with
operates, huh?
Right. So it's like they send me back to the job, to work. So I'm still able kind of to work, but I'd rather be home
Okay.
because everybody else is home. So at the job is like ghost town because most everybody gone home. So I'm in there really with the cleanup people. But I'm in there. I'm able to still work, but I'd rather be home like everybody else supposed. And it's bothering me. I'm like, really ain't at peace about this whole
You
situation.
know what? Let me tell you this. You said you by yourself. Would they
did.
allow you to play praise and worship?
Yeah, I can because ain't nobody else in there with me.
Can you take your Bible?
Yeah.
Can you talk to the Lord?
Yeah. And I can take my music too.
You got all that. You can do all that, and you lonely. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Sister Jessie, talk to your daughter. Wake up. You can do all that.
Yes, sir.
You can go in there. You can pray. You can listen to music. You can meditate on the scripture. You're not, because God don't ever aggravate you. He don't ever make you mad. Not unless you need it. Oh, the opportunity. Peace.
Definitely peaceful
Ooh, gee.
and quiet.
Wait a minute. You got people want a job like this. So they can just go in there. You got people want a job like that. You got people want a job. That's the time to meditate and thank the Lord.
Okay, I feel better.
Okay, good. Good.
What
That
about
means
the
you
internet
receive
service?
wisdom.
Should I cancel them, Apostle?
Cancel what?
That internet service really they ain't doing me no good. The purpose of me getting it was really so I can work from home.
Cancel it. It ain't doing you no good. You throwing the money away now. That's right.
Okay, that's the truth.
That's what wisdom does. Wisdom makes you happy. It helps you to solve problems, all right?
Yes,
That's
sir.
what you do, okay?
Okay, thank
All
you.
right, then. All right, any other questions tonight before we close? Oh, I got quiet in here. Okay, go ahead, Shanika.
Okay, so you said as far as tithes, first fruits, whatever you get. So what if you get a bonus quarterly? Like the government gives us a bonus quarterly, depending on if we meet their requirements with Medicare or whatever. So I get one quarterly. So, okay, the first one, I give it to the Lord. Do I give it each quarter, give it to the Lord?
No, it just said the first.
Okay.
The first increase.
Okay.
That's what it says. It says the first fruits. That's what the scripture says, first fruits. So that's it, first fruits. All right. Any other questions? We're just trying to help y'all. Because my life is good. I'm going home. And my home is paid for. Just like this ministry is paid for. All my cars are paid for. That's right. I'm going home. I'm going home. If I want to eat me some Frosted Flakes tonight, I go home and eat me some Frosted Flakes. That's right. I'm going home. I ain't worried about nobody telling me I'm got to be evicted. And it comes from using wisdom. From using wisdom. And if the Lord will help you, but you're going to have to want to help yourself too. You're going to have to want to do that. You just can't keep throwing money away and making bad decisions and stuff and think you're going to prosper. It don't work that way. That's against the word. It's against the word, all right? All right, back to Proverbs chapter 4. Jesus. It says, get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Now, wait a minute. The Lord is saying for us to get wisdom, get understanding, and then don't forget it. Now, some of you are going to leave here and go back to the same principle, the way you've been living. No change or nothing. But you want to be blessed. How you going to be blessed if you don't change? I don't want to go back to jail, but you're still robbing banks. If you keep on robbing banks, you're going to jail. You're going to have to change. It's going to have to click. You know what? The way I've been thinking, I need to stop it. Because my thinking done got me to this point of nothing. Having nothing at all. Nothing at all. So what I'm going to have to do is start thinking new. I'm going to have to really start thinking about my life and asking the Lord to help me to make wise decisions. The Bible says if we acknowledge him in all our ways, he'll do what? And I promise you this, those of you that don't want to learn nothing, now, especially you kids, watch the ones that do and watch the difference in their lives, in your life. I guarantee you, they'll prosper, but you won't. You won't. Why? Because you don't want to learn that. You don't want to change. You don't want to learn that. You don't want to learn that. That's a bad way to live. That's an unprosperous way to live. The Bible tells us to get wisdom, get understanding, and forget it. Don't forget it. When you leave here, apply it to your life. If you always broke, it's because of your thinking. You're doing things that keep you in that place. Well, change. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at yourself. Change, all right? And if you change, things going to change for the better for you, all right? All right. All right. Proverbs chapter 10, Then we're going to close tonight. Proverbs chapter 10. Lord's will, we're going to close. Okay. Proverbs chapter 10 verse 2 says this. Treasures of the wicked profit is nothing. Wait a minute. What that's telling me and you, that even people that got stuff, it don't help them. That are wicked, that are ignorant, foolish. It don't help them. It don't profit them at all. It do not, man. Jesus. That's so plain and simple. Treasures of the wicked profit is nothing, but the righteous delivers from death. The Lord will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famine, but he cast away the substance of the wicked, just like he did Cain. Cain tried to offer up ungodly sacrifice, and God refused it. Abel offered up what God told him to do, and God received it. Verse 4, he becometh poor that deals with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent, he becomes poor. Those of you that can't keep money, you never have much of nothing. Watch and see. That's Scripture. He that becomes poor, that deals with a slack hand, those that cannot control money, those that you always trying to buy everything you want, but you can never pay for what you need. Why? Because you're throwing money away. You can't keep money. It's because you got a slack hand. Meaning this, you don't have the ability to be able to use wisdom in your finances. That's what it means. You make good money enough, but you throw the thing away. You throw it away. Look at what you got, and then you wonder when something come up, when the washing machine tear up. I got to go to the laundromat. Well, that's your problem. Why? Because you had money to buy a washer and get it fixed, but you throw it away. See, the Lord will bless the righteous. He'll help you to make a good living. But what he won't do is make you use it wisely. You have to want to use it wisely. You have to want to. And some of you thinking right now about the foolish decisions that you made. And some of you still paying for it. Still paying for it. Still, you never know how good it feels to own your house. To own it. I do. So don't get mad at me. And if you do it, I still feel good. I still feel good. Never know how good it feels to have your own land. Why? Because you don't. You know, people, that ain't your neighbor's fault. It's yours. Because the Lord give you the opportunity to do it. And the Bible said he delight in the prosperity of his people. The Lord wants you to prosper. He don't want to see you struggle. He don't want to see you make foolish mistakes. But when you make it, you're going to have to learn from it. And if you don't change, you never have nothing. You never have nothing. Live all your life and don't have nothing. It's like, man, wow. Any questions? It is quiet in here. But it ought to be too. Because the Holy Spirit is sure talking to some folk in here. Surely talking. Any questions? Any questions? Go ahead. The Lord said, I would that you prosper and be in health. Put that on the screen, Pam. Go ahead.
Apostle, when you said earlier about a just man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, my father is not saved. He wants to leave something to my son. Is it wrong for me to say to my son, I wouldn't take that? And the reason is, I don't know what all is encompassing it. That could be a snare to my son.
What do you want to leave?
He has a mobile home and land that he wants to leave to my son.
Okay, so what you talking about?
He's the type of person that don't pay bills. This mobile home is 30 years old. He's still paying on it. He does things like that.
Really?
In my spirit, I don't trust him. I don't know what all else is buried down in there that could become a snare. Or just tell my son, just be wise about what you're doing.
Okay, the mobile home is 30 years old. He's still paying on it.
He's still paying. He keeps taking out mortgages on it.
So how much you owe?
Last I knew it was about $9,000.
And how old is he?
He's 81.
No, how?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, the home is 30 years old.
Yes.
And what about the land?
I don't know if the land is deeded to him or not. He says that it is his, but I've never seen the deed.
I'll check on that. I sure would. Now, I wouldn't inherit nobody else's debt. I'll really check into it. I'll really check into it before I jump into something like that now. You ain't going to give me your debt now.
Exactly.
That ain't happening. That is not happening. Nope.
Thank you.
That ain't happening. Wow. What might look good on the outside, you get inside. And then what kind of condition is the home in? As well as much as you know of. Yeah. All right. Man, that's something I'll never do. Take out a more. If I done paid for something, ain't no way in the world I'm gonna take out a. Y'all can do what y'all want to do, but I ain't taking out no second. I ain't taking out no first mortgage at all. My house belongs to me, not the government, not you. And I'm going to keep my house. I ain't taking out nothing on it. As long as the Lord keep blessing me, my house is going to go to my grandchildren. That's where it's going to go to. So I just want y'all to understand that the Lord want to bless all of you. But he ain't going to make you. You got to use wisdom. You got to, those of you that seem like you can't get out of debt, always getting into debt, always staying in debt. If that's the life you want to live, so be it. But you don't have to. You can plan your life in such a way, with the help of the Lord, you can be debt-free. You sure can. You can be debt-free. That's right. You can be debt-free if you want to be. Any questions? Just trying to help y'all tonight so y'all can have a good time. All right? All right. Well, that's all we have for you all tonight. We're going to have our announcements so you all can, whatever you're going to do, you're going to do it anyway. We just hope you do the right thing so the Lord can bless you. But let me tell you this as they come up with the announcement. Them guys, they thought they was going to come down here and make money off of this ministry. They finding out. That don't work, boy. And you know what? Since we've been down here, it's been a battle. So whenever you go through a battle in your finance, remember, welcome to the ministry. Welcome to the ministry. The devil trying to do everything he can to stop you. Everything he can. The Lord will bless you, and the devil will try to steal it. Don't let him steal it. Stop it, all right? All right, go ahead.